Okay then folks, thanks for dropping in. Just going to give you an update on my conclusions on the Arken Zulus after 5 months of use. Received it the second week in October 2023, so I've had plenty of time to get used to it. I had it on probably 6 different rifles so far in different pellet combinations, and to be honest, it's been amazing. Out of the box, when I received it, I was surprised at how small the package was anyway. So the overall length is probably, without the eyepiece, probably about 8 inches. It doesn't weigh much at all. It came with the short length of 35 MOA mount. Since then they've sent me a 0 MOA mount. Some people find that 0 MOA will work better if they've already got some minute of angle built into the scope mount that they've got on the rifle, but this will solve it. I mean, it's not really much of a problem anyway. I've had no issues with it at all, really. Not really noticed much difference at the screen. What I have noticed is how clear the picture is. I have got a 4K one leaf NV400, and to be honest, this seems clearer a picture than that. But it has got the Sony Mark II StarViz processor built into this one, so it's probably a bit more updated anyway. But what makes this stand out is the choice of reticles on it, the colours of reticle on it. You can either set it for a first focal plane or second focal plane. I do prefer the first, to be honest. You now have a great ability, if you get the one with the rangefinder, to use the ballistics app on it. All you need to do to that is download the ballistic app for the phone, the Arken ballistic app. Put all your details in, use range of 0 in that, climate conditions, altitude, that kind of thing. It is designed for full power rifles up to 50 caliber, and I have seen people using that on YouTube. So for long range stuff, you're going to need to put all that in. For air guns, it's perfect as it is. Sub 12 foot pounds, you'll have no problem shooting from 10 yards out to a sub 12's limits at 60 yards without any problems. It's all down to the power of your rifle. Nighttime use, it's been really clear. It now comes with a 940 NM option for the torch lens. Originally it came out with just the 850s, but on the side here you now have the option to buy the 940, which lets out less light. Just comes off like that by screwing on. The end part of it you can turn for focusing in to a high focus, or all the way back for a flood out beam. Now down at the range I use, which is, well, it goes to the bushes, it goes back about 105 yards. It picks everything up really clearly in the dark. Supposed to work out to around 450 yards, I think, but it'll pick out things further than that. I've had, as I say, from what you've seen on previous videos I've done, you can see how clear it is. Now it's fairly straightforward to set up. You just go into the menu on the top there, which is a picture of a cog, and you've got lots of options. and that's where you'll find the shot zero, where you can literally freeze the picture and move the reticle to the point of impact, reset it, and it sets it to the where it needs to be then. It'll do that on the scope without the rangefinder. But if you've got the rangefinder on it, it will also then adjust using the ballistic app out to any range. So you've not got to keep resetting it for different ranges or using your old over points. You have got two options. You can either have it hold over, where you see a highlighted aim point on the reticle, or you've got the option of dialing, where the actual reticle moves itself up and down, right, left, or whatever it needs to do. So for a scope costing £600, it's doing better than rifle scopes costing up to £1,000. Yeah, really impressed with it. It only needs one battery to power it, and that is the 18650 battery. They don't come with a battery included. Probably put that down to shipping issues. It's a lot of flights don't like batteries on board because they can cook off sometimes. But what I did, I bought two of these batteries. These are 3400 mAh, and these are Leon batteries. And looking at a brand on it, I think it's LCLEBM. Got two of these plus a charger for less than 20 quid. So two batteries will last all night on full use. I mean, I've used it for 4 hours and there's still plenty on it when I've been using it regular ratting. So if you've got a spare battery, you've got no problem over it for a nighttime shoot. And it's got a rubber seal on the back, so there's no water getting into that. No water getting into the tops either. Comes with a screw-off rubber eyepiece, so in daylight you can get it right up to your eye. Gets rid of any glare. It's got a cog on the back for you zoom in and out. It's from 5 times to 20 times. Like I say, it's high definition, 1080 by 1920. On the front, it's got a cap. You can move that either way. It's also got a separate pick rail on the right hand side, so you can add a torch for even further distances if you need it. Rangefinder works really well. You click on it, you'll see it flashing, and that will set your ballistics at then. But very good scope so far. They are coming out with another one. This one is a 5x20 times. I think they're coming out with 3x12 times for ratting, but this will focus right down anyway. The rangefinder on it will work from 10 yards onwards. Whether they can bring that further down with updates, I don't know. But there's an option, I suppose. But yeah, really pleased with it. Yeah, if you want one of these, it's a really hot thing on the market at the moment. Everybody's after one because of how good they are. People that's got other scopes for night vision use, the quality of the picture is better than a lot of the pods out there, and that's from people that own them. Like I said, it's better than the one I've got actually. So yeah, it really punches above its weight, put it that way. So what I will do is, before I go, I'll show you how you zoom in and how you one shot zero it using the onboard menu. And like I say, don't need to believe me. Just look at all the comments on the forums from people that's bought them there. It's doing really well. The company's new to the market. It's done that well, actually. Within 2 weeks of coming out as HitAC, Arken Optics had decided to take them on board, and now they're part of Arken. And that's That's who they're with now. Manufacturing wise, it's all based in China, and they are very customer focused, and they listen to feedback. And so far, I think there's been about 4 firmware updates. So it is, well, at least the manufacturers are listening to the customers and making adjustments where they can. Like I say, they've got quite a few mount options now. Whether they'll come out with an adjustable mount to solve any issues across the board, I don't know. But the fact that they're coming out with a 3x12 version of this shows that they're listening to people. I mean, the ones that want the closer magnification of the rat shooters, really. But I don't find any issues with it anyway at 5x. But there we go. That's my 5 months using it so far. I really love it. And I'm sure it's probably going to be one of the hottest things on the market this year for price, value for money, and what it achieves. I think they're finding it hard to keep up with the customers buying them, to be honest. They're probably on about the 8th batch of optics by now. But there we go. If you're interested in it, just check out the links I put on the line. I do get a bit of a kickback from it, but it does help the channel. But I have got a lot of trust in the scope and the people at Zulus, because they do listen. So I'll catch you in the next video. Okay then folks, this is the view with the apexel camera attachment, so you can see what I can see now. So I'll just show you how to do the one-shot zero. Before we do that, I'm just going to zoom in using the little cogwheel at the front of the scope. So that's fully zoomed in at 20 times. So what you do first, you find your first shot. I'm using the Falcon Prairie, and we'll see where the point of impact is. So it's low and to the left. So what I'm going to do now is go to the menu. So you press the menu button, which looks like a cogwheel. Hang on, just come back around. A single short press will show you your different reticle, and you can change colour with it. A long press of the cog will send you into your settings, and using right or left button you scroll to the 0 reticle, and you press the record button, which is enter, and now you're inside it. Now I'll just show you my settings. If you look now, the letter H you'll see, well, the letter H is for this rifle, which is a Falcon Prairie, and the pellet is the H&N Field Target Trophy. So each rifle or pellet combination has got its own letter, and I'll show you my sheet that I've made up now. And you'll also have to do it for if you're using a different mount, whether it's a 0 MOA or a 35 MOA. So here's a picture of my selection so far. So coming up next on here, what I'm going to do now, I'm in this, I'm going to go to the top of the scope. I'm going to make sure that the reticle is set at my point of aim, I'm going to press the power button, and that's froze it. Now from here, you go with your right hand button, you go to the 99, which is your windage, and then using your up and down buttons, you'll move it across. That yellow didn't show up very well, I think we're on centre. And then when you're happy with that, you go across to the Y, which is the elevation. So what I'm going to do now is bring the reticle down. And I think we're there. And when you're happy with that, you press the left hand button, a long press of that, and that has reset it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'll go back into menu, I'm pressing the cock button, long press, and I'm going to go to aiming method. So just go across to, press the record button to get into it. It's set as hold over at the moment. Using the right or left button, change it to the dial in. And then you go back to the record button to OK it. And a long press. To that, short press, and short press again. Okay, let's fire the next shot then, see if we're on. Again. Yeah, we're on. And that's how easy it is to zero in your scope using the Arken Zulus. Okay then, what I'm going to do now is show you how you can connect your Zulus to your mobile phone using the wireless connection. So if you just come out of this a minute. What I'm going to do, scroll up and go to the Arken optics. I'm going to go connect device. On the Zulus, I'm going to press the right hand button. There we go. That's come up on screen. I'm going to press it. Now it's connected. I'm checking for the quality. So it's connected. So I'm going to come out of that. And from here, click on Arken Optics, connect device, enter device. So we're now into the device. But we're actually using the camera now on the phone, so you can see that. So if I move the rifle now, You can see it's moving the reticle. There is some slight lag in it, and there always will be, but they may be able to improve that through firmware updates, but you normally get that anyway. So I'm going to press the laser, see what distance we're at. Saying 19 yards on the rifle. Let's smack on. So let's zoom in again. That's zoomed in 20 times. Do one more shot. One more in. And there we go. That's connecting your phone to the camera. And by pressing the record button on the camera, it's now recording, as you can see.